a toaster oven, a griddle, and a coffee maker walk into a camper. Do I have you curious? Well, stay tuned and I'll tell you what I'm talking about in this episode of Travels with Delaney. Welcome back, everyone. Before we get this week's episode started, if you haven't subscribed yet, please take time to hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget the little bell beside of it so you'll get notified each and every time we put out a new video. For real-time updates, you can follow us over on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out our all-new website, travelswithdelaney.com. All right, so I started looking at products that I might be able to use here in our small camper, and I'm always looking for items that are going to be small, they're going to be multi-purpose, and they're not going to take up a lot of space. I had been kind of missing having a griddle or an electric skillet type of device in our trailer, even though I do have the portable Coleman grill that has the griddle top, but sometimes if it's raining outside or the weather's just not nice, it would be nice to be able to do some eggs or bacon inside the trailer. So I decided to go ahead and try one of these Nostalgia 3-in-1 breakfast stations. And I ordered this from Amazon for right around $65. Now, what this particular breakfast station has in it is it has a coffee maker, a toaster oven, and a griddle all in one unit. Now, it's approximately 20 inches long and about 12 inches deep and 12 inches high, or just a little under 12 inches. So it gives you an idea of the footprint. Now, I can actually set it right here on our 2-burner stove, and that pretty much is the size that it takes up. So it doesn't take up a ton of space, but again, if you have a small camper, every square inch is very vital. So let's go ahead and talk about the 3 features in depth. So for starters, one of the things I really liked was the fact that it had a small 4-cup coffee maker. Now, it comes with one of these reusable filters. However, I found that the number 2 cone filters work nice if you don't want to mess with having to clean out that filter every time. So all you have to do is your water goes in this back reservoir, put your coffee or your filter in your coffee right here, close it, and there's an on-off switch. You turn it on and it will brew right into this little carafe. Now, I can tell you that when they say a 4-cup coffee maker, well, that is in essence 2 cups of our Travels with Delaney mugs and then about another ½ cup. So the 4-cup is pretty small, but for me, since Patty doesn't drink coffee, this gives me about 2½ cups of coffee, which is perfect in the morning for me. So I actually really like the coffee maker. It worked really well, and no issues there. Second feature we'll talk about is the built-in toaster oven. Now, it has a tray for your crumbs down here, so it pulls out, you can clean it off. It's really easy to do that. They also include with this a metal pan and a rack that can be put into 2 different positions depending on where you want to set it. Now, what you have here is you basically have 2 heating elements on the bottom and 2 heating elements on the top. We actually did do some toast in here, and as long as you keep an eye on it, it came out beautiful. Now, to operate the toaster oven, you have this selector up top. Now, this is the oven off position, and then we have 3 other options. One is the grill, which we'll talk about here in a minute. We have the toast or bake option, which is going to give you both the top and the bottom elements going at the same time. Or there's also this warm heat option, which is where just the bottom element is operating. Now, back on this grill option, that's only going to operate the top elements. So you would set, for instance, if I want to make toast, I'm going to go over to the toast option, and then we have a timer, and we set our timer, and that actually turns it on and operates it. One thing I would like to note right up front is this is a 1500 watt unit. I was able to make coffee using our 1500 watt inverter. However, when I tried to use the toaster oven or the griddle, it did not work. We ended up sending the inverter into like a default mode. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, when we were on shore power, no issues whatsoever. So again, you could use this for toast. You could warm up things. It's in essence a toaster oven. Now, the third feature is this grill or griddle up top, and they do include this nice lid, so if you were frying up bacon, you want to try to keep the grease in, and it is a glass cover. And then you have this grill plate. I actually did some eggs, some pancakes, and some sausage on this, and it's fairly decent size for 2 people. I had a couple eggs going and a couple pancakes and 2 sausages all at the same time. What I really like about this is it is a removable plate, so you can take it out and wash it, and then it just slips right back in. So that is the third unit of the 3-in-1 breakfast station. Again, this is made by a company called Nostalgia. I got the red. However, if you look online, there are a couple other retro colors it will come in, and the price will vary based upon the color you choose. So, what do I think of this? Well, actually, after using it for a week on our recent trip, overall, I was pretty impressed. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much. I didn't really know if this griddle was going to cut it. What I will tell you is you will start as you use it to find what I call the sweet spots. There's going to be some areas that's going to cook a little quicker, and then there's going to be some areas where you're wondering if it's even cooking at all. Once I started to figure out the zones on here, then cooking eggs and pancakes and sausage was really no problem whatsoever. Love the toaster oven. I was able to put 4 slices of cinnamon raisin bread in there at one time, and it did a nice job of browning our toast, and I pulled it out in time so we didn't burn it. What I really liked was the little coffee maker, and the coffee came out good every time, and it was the perfect size for just me. Now, would I carry this all the time in here? Probably not. If we're going to be boondocking, there's no sense carrying it, because knowing that our inverter would not run this portion, then that's a problem. It'd mean I'd have to get the generator out, and at that point I might as well just go outside and use my little Coleman grill. But if we're going to be camping and we're going to be on shore power, we're definitely going to continue to bring this, because like I said, if for no other reason, I like the little coffee pot, but I like the fact that I have 3 things all in one footprint, and it doesn't take up a ton of space. Like I said, I can just move it, and it pretty much sits right on top of our 2-burner stove. So again, that is the Nostalgia 3-in-1 breakfast station. If you have any comments, questions, or if you ever use this unit, drop your comments down below. And until next time, everybody, we'll see ya on down the road. Good night.